Guantanamo Bay, also known as Gitmo, will be televised via the internet for us to see the future military trials.
This morning I watched President Obama talking about Gitmo, right? Guantanamo Bay, which by the way, we are keeping open. And we're going to load it up with some bad dudes, believe me. We're going to load it up.
John McCain was put to death.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
So I started digging. One of the top 20 treasonous traitors to America foolishly put through an amendment to make this happen in 2019 while Trump was in office, and Trump signed it into law under the 2020 National Defense Authorization Act. Now first I'm showing a screenshot of this research because it clearly shows on Google from Adam Schiff's government website, but ironically when you click it, it doesn't go to the actual website Google shows. So it seems it's been completely wiped, which it shouldn't be. What are they trying to hide? So digging deeper, the Washington Times has the only article I could find about this from July 13th of 2019, which states the House of Representatives moved Friday to make military commissions held at Guantanamo Bay more transparent by paving the way for proceedings to be broadcast online. An amendment potentially broadening the public's access to the proceedings was included in the 2020 National Defense Authorization Act, considered on Capitol Hill, offered by California Democrat Representative Adam Schiff. The measure authorizes military judges at Guantanamo Bay to order arrangements for remote public viewing of the proceedings via internet. The amendment was passed by a voice vote and included in the version of the NDAA subsequently approved by the House. Suspected terrorists have been held and tried at the U.S. military base in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, since shortly following the terrorist attack of September 11, 2001. Though several barriers have prevented the public from staying on top of the proceedings held there, relatives of the 9/11 victims, members of the media, and others wishing to watch the military commissions at Gitmo must travel to the island or one of the handful of domestic military bases, where the proceedings are viewable on closed-circuit television. Mr. Schiff, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee at the time, introduced the amendment after a report he requested from the Government Accountability Office recommended that the military consider making the commissions available online. The military commissions at Guantanamo have been out of sight and therefore out of mind for far too long. As Guantanamo nears its third decade, and with trials still years away, it is all the more important that victims' families, the media, and the public are able to follow the trials before military commissions. The article states in the beginning of this amendment was included in the 2020 National Defense Authorization Act. So digging into that, you find that over 1,000 pages after it was signed into law, and the Wikipedia page states that NAA passed the House by a vote of 377 to 48, and the Senate by a vote of 86 to 8. And became effective on December 20th, 2019, when it was signed into law by President Donald Trump. Ironically, on the wiki page, and search for the word Gitmo and Guantanamo, nothing comes up in the search. If they can't publish it, then they can act like it doesn't exist, just like the fake news doesn't talk about all of the treason happening in our country, acting as if it doesn't exist. But when you go to the PDF and search Guantanamo, you find all of the goods that were hidden before. When you search Guantanamo, there are 36 results. Reading the most important results, breaking it down so we can fully comprehend them. Section 1044 states, extension of the prohibition on use of funds to construct or modify facilities in the United States to house detainees transferred from United States Naval Station, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. So this means they are building more on Gitmo, which you'll see later because they used millions for this purpose. And we know Catherine Herridge boldly reported this on the news.
What you see here on the ground, Deborah, is there's no indication that the military process, the legal process, is going to shut down anytime soon. About 100 yards across the buildings that are in front of me, down into Camp Justice, there is a major construction project going on. They are, in fact, building another courthouse, and they are expanding the workspace for the handling of classified materials by the prosecution. This is a big project. It's over $15 million. So all of that goes to these interesting optics that here on the island, they're expanding the military legal process with physically a new courthouse, while at the same time in Washington, the administration is talking about shutting down the detention camp.